how's practice just after that one day off?
It was a tough one today. Got after it and just tried to get a lot of rhythm and fix the mistakes from Portland.
It's one of the biggest things that Coach Taylor stressed. Obviously, you guys have a tough time shooting the ball. But still, just consistency overall, is that
just for us today, it was a lot of defense and just working on defensive rotations.
Jeremy, having James in the lineup with you, how does that change or affect your game?
It doesn't really change too much in terms of what it was before with Kevin. I think it's just making plays whenever I have the opportunity, and so sometimes I come off a pick, sometimes he comes off a pick, and then we just play off of each other.
Does it make it easy in some way? Easier?
Yeah, definitely.
What's the most important things you found out about this team's three games do you think that you can point to?
I would say we have a lot of potential. We showed that. We have a lot of work to do. We also showed that. And I think those are the two main things I would say. It's just like it's so early in the process, but we've shown some signs of growth and positive things, and then we've shown our youth quite a bit as well.
Jeremy, obviously you knew you were getting a good player in James when you acquired him, but did you think it would come together this quickly for him?
I mean, it's natural, like I've been saying about him. He knows how to play the game. It's simple. It's easy for him. So, that's I guess I'm a little surprised, but I'm not necessarily that shocked. I guess that's the way to put it.
Obviously, it's never good to lose, but is it kind of a blessing, you think, as far as being awake at the ball type feel?
I mean, I'm not sure if we needed to be woken up. I think we were very aware of what our issues were. I didn't think people were getting too complacent or arrogant or anything. So, but I think it showed us where we need to get better. And energy, bringing energy and things like that.
Did you sense a little different energy in practice today as far as getting after it today?
Just got in a few new sets and I would say like a tune-up, I guess. Kind of just talk about things that we might see tomorrow. Oh, like some of their plays, or like their actions, what they like to run, but we're not going to talk about it.
Right.
Jeremy, can you talk about the defensive presence of Andre Iguodala and what kind of challenge that presents for you guys?
He's a heck of a defensive player, and he'll probably be guarding our heck of an offensive player. So that would be exciting. But at the end of the day, it's a team thing. It's also they're gonna be relying on their bigs and their rotations and things like that. So we just want to make sure we attack, and I think they played tonight possibly. So they're gonna. We should have more energy. If we don't, then that's on us.
How difficult is it, or is it not, to make sure that you and James especially get a lot of shots, a lot of touches, but that still you run an offense, people get involved, that it's not just wait for the ball?
I think it's more important that other people get touches. At the end of the day, me and James will shoot when we have good shots, but we need to get everybody involved, make sure that the ball is flowing, the offense is smooth, and give everyone a chance. I think that's when we're at our best, when we have people cutting, swings and things like that.
If that's something that's addressed in a practice session, what can you do to sort of get that to happen? More plays, less plays?
Just time. I would say time and adjustments. Looking at film, and I think we're gonna get there. I just think when we have low energy, or when we get lazy, or when we get complacent, or when we get tired, we tend to stand.
Jeremy, do you look at the Nuggets as a team that stylistically this club would like to emulate from the standpoint of the way they push the pace and everything else?
Yeah, I think we want to play fast, and they play pretty fast, and so definitely.
How do you strike that balance then when you want to play up tempo, but you know that that's right in their wheelhouse as well?
I think we want to play up tempo, but we want to slow them down, that means when we get the ball, we push as fast as we can. But when they get the ball, we get back as fast as we can, and we make them run a half-court set. a lot easier said than done.
Sure. And in transition defense has been, thus far, including the preseason, sort of one of this team's bugaboo.
Yeah.
So where does that focus come from? The standpoint of like improving against a team that's going to test it maybe more than any other.
Yeah, that's what we kind of worked on today. I think a big thing is communication, talking, pointing, and being assertive about that, and then finding guys rotating. And I think the biggest key to every good defensive team is just their communication. It's the beginning of the season, so we're all looking forward to it, and we're excited. And I think physically, we'll see. It's the beginning, so we're all feeling all right now.
Now, obviously, it's early and stuff, but how deceiving is this 1-3 record for Denver?
Oh, very. There's some really good teams with 1-3 records, 1-2 records, whatever it might be. So Lakers are probably somewhere around there, but obviously you can't take lightly the Nuggets or the Lakers, because I think at the end of the day they're both going to be ranked pretty high.
When you think of this Nuggets team, what do you think?
They got a lot of speed, that's for sure. They like to run. They're fast. They're athletic. They space. They have pick and pop 4 men. So it's going to be the whole deal tonight.
How valuable has it been, especially early in the season, to be able to take a couple days and kind of go back in the lab?
Very, just because of the trade and stuff like that. It's really important for us. And then after we played 3 and 4, it was just, whether it's fatigue or whatever, or too many, a lot of games, it's kind of just got to get back and fine-tune some principles.
There's always slippage in certain areas. Were there things, besides that you had to kind of rework because of the trade, were there things that were slippage that were pretty good by the end of the preseason that needed to be addressed again?
Yeah, I think maybe a couple defensive rotations against Portland weren't there. The transition defense wasn't necessarily there, like guarding cutters and things like that. We didn't finish in the paint either, so it's been good the last couple of days.
Jeremy, what did you know? How much did you know about Omer Ashe before you got to play with him, and what have you found out since getting to know him now and playing with him?
I knew nothing about him. To be honest, I knew nothing about him, except for the fact that I had played against him. I knew he was 7'2", 7'3", and he was a great defensive player, and I remember playing against him. But what surprised me was he gets his hand on every single ball. Deflections, rebounds, tips. He keeps a ton of possessions alive. He passes the heck out of the ball. He's huge. You can't move him, and he's he finishes, and he's had a couple of games where it's been tough in terms of finishing, but I know he's a lot more capable than that because I've seen it in the preseason and in practice.
Just from the outside looking in, he seems like a consummate team player.
Yeah. He's so nice. All about the team, all about defense, rebounding, setting hard screens, rolling, and just he totally embraces his role, and he's awesome at it. So
Can you work with him on his interest in talking to the media?
I'll work on that. I'll work on that. We have a road trip, so we'll be in Memphis tomorrow. So I may take him out to dinner and give him a nice pep talk.
There you go.
Hell, I'll take him out to dinner.
So, I don't know
if we're gonna get
if you can go to dinner with him, then I don't need to have a pep talk with him.
Forget it. I'll leave it in your hands.
We need the pep talk. Jeremy,